But what happens when the market is rapidly changing and everything is uncertain? All of a sudden, even entrepreneurs who have already shown that they were able to build multi-million-dollar companies are suddenly showing a lack of confidence. They're overthinking everything. You can't know the right answer in advance of taking action. It's action that allows you to land on the right answer. Confidence is built through evidence. Evidence is built through taking action. It is only through taking action that you can build evidence, and it is only through evidence that you build confidence. You are an entrepreneur. You are a warrior. You can figure it out. You will find a way forward. You will create the path to success. You need to trust yourself above anyone else on the planet, okay? So it's time to stop overthinking. It's time to stop doubting yourself. It's time to start trusting yourself again. It's time to know that we are all in the same boat together in these changing times. How to stop overthinking so that you can build confidence and make more money in your business. This is the deal. So many times, confidence is flowing when everything is working. And a lot of times when we are in our routine, we are in the flow, we are in our groove, of course we have confidence to make decisions because we feel certain and we feel secure. But what happens when the market is rapidly changing and everything is uncertain? All of a sudden, even entrepreneurs who have already shown that they were able to build multi-million-dollar companies are suddenly showing a lack of confidence. They're overthinking everything. And overthinking is one of the most costly things that prevents us from achieving our goals in business. So, how do you stop overthinking so that you can cash in on your big ideas and start seeing the money and the results that you deserve? Well, here's a couple of things that I want you to consider. The first thing to understand is that most of the time, the things that we theoretically come up with, that we believe are going to happen in a certain situation, are not accurate. And so all that time overthinking, all that time over planning, all that theoretical projection, it usually doesn't work out. And the reason why it doesn't work out is that we're dealing with people and we're dealing with algorithms and we're dealing with a lot of things that don't necessarily behave in a logical and predictable way. I think learning about advertising is one of the best demonstrations for this that I could possibly give you. Because over the years, one of the most important things that we learned about advertising is that the thing that you think is the beautiful ad that's going to perform exceptionally well, that you love and you're so excited to take live, many times bombs. And then the ad that you're mad at your team for creating, that you can't believe that they would take to market, that you dislike the copy, you're unhappy with the picture, and you don't understand why anyone thought it was a good idea, is the thing that ends up performing. Okay? And so business and life are much the same. You can't know the right answer in advance of taking action. It's action that allows you to land on the right answer. And building your confidence as a CEO, building your confidence as a visionary leader requires you to be the kind of person that can make the call and then make the call the right call. And that means that you are committed to testing, to iterating, to refining to get to the final result that you want, and that you are comfortable with the fact that there is going to be a percentage and a part of what you're doing that is not predictable, that you can't plan for, that you're not going to know in advance what the right answer is going to be. Okay? So, a lot of people I have found over the last year and a half have really lost confidence. And the reason why they've lost confidence is all the things that they thought that they knew no longer seem to apply. And so they've lost confidence in themselves because the thing that they once knew how to do and could project and could, be confident that an outcome would happen in a certain way, it doesn't work that way anymore. So you're left kind of feeling like, well, was that, a false belief that I had about myself? Maybe I wasn't as successful as I thought. Maybe it was just luck. Maybe it was like a one off thing. And all of a sudden, it's like your mind takes off and you're running in all these crazy directions, thinking all of these false thoughts about yourself, about what's possible, about what you know to be true. And the thing is the market has changed and online economics have changed and the world has changed and culture has shifted. And the bottom line is that what you have to understand is that confidence is built through evidence. Evidence is built through taking action. It is only through taking action that you can build evidence, and it is only through evidence that you build confidence. And if you are someone that really prides yourself in integrity, in excellence, then sometimes it can be hard to have extreme confidence in a very uncertain situation. But what you have to learn as a leader is that part of leadership is having confidence that you can work through the iterations. It's having confidence that you can work through the trial and error. It's having confidence that you will stay the course and that you will refine your approach until you get to the outcome. A lot of leaders feel like they're out of integrity or that it's false optimism or inauthentic to have certainty and confidence in a space of uncertainty. And that's not true. You need to develop the ability to have certainty in uncertain circumstances because you have the belief, you have the confidence, and you have the commitment to follow through until completion. Be the kind of person that can lead in uncertainty because you know that you will follow through until completion. You know that you are committed to the outcome and that you're willing to do what it takes to achieve success. All right. So, what I want to say today and why I decided to record this episode is that I noticed that for a lot of entrepreneurs, this overthinking is costing you tens of thousands. Some of you, it's hundreds of thousands. Some of you, it's millions. And I know this because I'll talk to someone and I'll say, hey, how's that going from the last time we talked? And 6 months later, they're still thinking about it. They're still working on it. They're still perfecting it, but there's no action. I'll check in with people on a strategy that we agreed upon or a thing that we, decided was going to happen. And months later, they're still preparing. How many times have you come across someone in your life that you see that you haven't seen in years and they're still in the same place that they were? And you think to yourself, like, wow, like this person, they don't learn. They aren't growing. They're not doing anything. Well, guess what? We can all fall victim to that mentality. And a lot of times entrepreneurs fall victim to that mentality where we're just swimming in place when we lose confidence because the ground is moving under our feet. So you need to have courage. You need to know that whatever it is, you are an entrepreneur, you are a warrior, you can figure it out. You will find a way forward. You will create the path to success. You need to trust yourself above anyone else on the planet. And most of you don't. I see entrepreneurs every single day that abdicate their power. They're always looking for validation, for direction, and permission for people other than themselves. And the moment that you put more weight in someone else's opinion or belief about your business or your life than the weight that you carry in your own destiny, you have completely abdicated your power. You've completely put yourself in a position of compromise. And most likely, you're not going to get the best outcome because everyone else that you interact with is a human. They are fallible and they have their own agenda in their interactions with you. And your agenda for your life is not necessarily the same as their agenda for your life. And so you have to be really careful You have to build your confidence by forcing yourself to take action without answers, to take action without certainty, and to build your level of confidence that you can and will iterate, you will refine, and you will innovate your way to success. So, what I would challenge you to do is to look at maybe 3 things, maybe it's 1 thing, maybe it's 2 things in your business or in your life that you've been kind of treading water on. Like maybe you can pause this podcast right now and think about what is 1 thing, 2 things maybe that you've been just kind of like sitting on, treading water on. You're in the same place that you were 6 months ago. You're in the same place you were a year ago. Identify those things. Take a courage pill and push yourself to take some kind of action today. Get out of neutral, get in the game, and start gaining the information about how you're going to win. And what I want you to know is that the people that win in changing markets, in evolving markets, in, season change are the people that are willing to gain information in action. The people that lose are the people that are theoreticizing about what they think is going to happen and waiting for the safe time, the perfect time, the right time for something to happen to them instead of going out and making it happen. So today I want to encourage you to assess the cost of how much you are missing out on, how much it is costing you to keep overthinking. And I want you to cast your own vision and look forward to the future and ask yourself, what would be possible for me if I got out of theory, I got into action, and I started benefiting from that today? I started benefiting from the action, the evidence, and the information that comes from that today. I guarantee you could completely change your life 6 months from now if you have the courage to lean in, to act without all the information, to trust that you can iterate, refine, and innovate, and to know that ultimately, as long as you are committed to getting to your final destination, it does not matter how many times you fail along the way or how many times you stumble and have to get back up again, you will finish victorious. You will finish victorious if you do that. Okay? So it's time to stop overthinking. It's time to stop doubting yourself. It's time to start trusting yourself again. It's time to know that we are all in the same boat together in these changing times. And you are being given an opportunity to step up, to go first, and to be a leader. And there's going to be leaders and there's going to be followers. And the people that get all the radical benefits and all the radical gains that come from the changing world that we're in today are going to be the people that have the courage to lead. Thank you so much for listening to The Kelly Roach Show. If you enjoyed this episode, do me 2 solids. Subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode, and leave us a review so other people can find the life-changing content that we share here. We're on our way to number 1, and we need your help getting there. Thanks so much for being a part of the community and for tuning into the show each and every week.